I refuse to let darkness win. I refuse to give up. The evil plotted against us in this world is spiritual warfare. It is dark. And as dark as it is, I can't let myself go there fully. Because I already know that this world was rigged against God, against me. I already know. They plotted not just on me, but on my entire bloodline. And they wanted me to suffer. And to be so weak that I could not get myself back up. They wanted me to quit. They wanted me to doubt my connection to Creator. And they went after what was most sacred. They sent many to attack me in my life. They attacked my bloodlines before I incarnated here. Just so that more trauma and more heartbreak would be passed down to me. I've had, and it's no exaggeration when I say this, but I have had a lot of darkness to transmute into light, generations upon generations of it. And by so many miracles of God, I have risen. I remember. I feel so tired sometimes because we know what we've been through. We know that there are multiple dimensions of this war. But we know the truth. That is God. That is Source. And God stood up to protect us. And yes, there was trauma that we had to heal. We had to face every demon, every attack. And we had to transmute it, all that darkness. The devil did everything to try to get us to give up, to stop. And we have survived this simulation, playing it on the hardest level. lives. We knew we were here to break the code and to rewrite it. And as much darkness as we went through, we have embodied so much light. In the quantum, we are being blessed. And God has restored order. We are protected. The enemy can still try, but they're not going to be able to feed anymore. As I am protected in the armor of God. And I know that I want to be a happy person. I am a loving person. I don't want the spiritual warfare that I have battled to stop me from doing my best to leave my highest mark in the world. I have so much inside of me that needs to come out. I just am dreaming a beautiful world, and I look around and see that so many are unhappy, so many are suffering, so many are living a life that is a lie. And they never get to know who they truly are. And they've been lied to for so long, and it's become so normalized that they never even find out that they're slaves. Or get to really find their purpose with God. And it's sad, it sucks, it's horrible. And if we all awakened, we would know. We would just know. That God is doing it all for us. And we are blessed. And that we can take back our power. We can cut off those narcissists. I've had so much at me. The devil has strangleholded me all my life to try to suppress the light that is within me. And we are so loved by our Creator. I see why every ingredient to this great alchemy was necessary. And this life has been master crafted by God. In the most beautiful way. And I gave everything. To this great ascension. To the healing of Mother Earth. And that when the time came, God had taken me from being the most broken to the most healed. And that we devoted ourselves to it. We have to work too. God doesn't do it all for us. It is a love, a partnership that is eternal. And that Creator knows us better than we know ourselves. And that we, as souls, enjoy this intimacy of healing with God. So much that we go through a lot. I was always a sensitive child, and I was sensitive, but I was strong and badass and amazing too. Sensitivity is a strength. It is a superpower. It is. But of course, I masked it for so long, and I too carried demons for a while and found unhealthy coping mechanisms and, attachments that were not high vibrational. And, I had to stumble around in the dark before God turned on the light, and I saw that God was standing there holding the door open for me the whole time. There's so much the enemy has done to try to destroy us and to make sure that we would never escape the cage, that we could be parasited on, that they could siphon our loosh, our energy. They were bloodthirsty for us, for our royal blood. Because of the light and the love that God, Creator, put into us. I can never go back to playing small in the world, because I know how deeply loved I am by my God, by my Creator. And if everyone got to awaken and know this within themselves, and to find their eternal love with Creator, we would truly transform the world. Everybody would take back their power and stop making excuses and really devote themselves to the highest mission for freedom. Self-expression, love, light, authenticity, freedom. These are all qualities of the Divine Feminine. Mother, Spirit, Healer, and Creator. She is us. We are eternal love. We will never give up. We will never surrender to anyone but God. There is no authority greater. We haven't just been saved, but we've been saved over and over and over and over and over. That we are supernatural in our healing. That I came into this realm extremely sensitive, targeted by the devil, through countless people and vessels, with a whole plot against my ascension, my awakening, my bloodline. Not just my ancestors, but my future generations, my children, my grandchildren. And then God saved me. I had my awakening, and it changed my life forever. It changed everything. And I really started embracing my healing and knowing that finally my life made sense and I knew my purpose. And I really knew it. And I had something that most people never get to experience. And I became obsessed, of course, because everything that I was seeking was myself, was God, all my life. And then it all hit me. So I knew I had a purpose. I knew I had survived all of this crazy stuff for a reason. And that I was going to do something really big in this world. Something that people haven't seen yet in the third dimension. Is that we became aware of our powers in the quantum. And we worked with God to heal and to be empowered in our divinity as we belong to the Most High. And we are here to heal and to alchemize and transmute all darkness into light and birth our highest selves through this alchemy. The energies that we are working in the quantum are powerful. Once you awaken to God and you realize that you are love, and that is the most powerful force in the universe. Once you know that, nothing can stop you. Nothing. The devil will try and has tried so desperately to get me down. But the reason I continue to rise is because God is carrying me. I'm taking some time to be still with myself. Part of me really wants to get out and do my light work and go to the gym and be extroverted, but I think that I'm having a breakthrough within myself right now, and it's important that I really let this happen. Now I need to cry and to really feel let myself feel. Everything that God is revealing, and it's bigger than I ever thought. And I understand why I had to be protected and why God had to step in and why this was always the divine master plan since the beginning. The only reason I'm here is because of divine intervention on such a massive scale that, I need to write books. I need to really get my story out there. And it's beautiful. But also I'm still awakening too. I'm still remembering. And I feel like I've been in this cocoon, this incubator with God. But I am with God. I am just surrendering myself to my highest mission, to be a light that helps break through and awakens people. We're not just third dimensional. We're really not that at all. The physical world is really just density. We are atomic energy, and atoms when in denser fields become physical, but anything love, vibration, anything that is sound, it can break through and reverberate and penetrate through the density. And that's like remembering who we are as souls, is when we know who we really are, and we remember, and we understand and just know, then we break through worlds. I've known for some time that it was only a matter of time before I really broke through the third dimension matrix, and that I wasn't alone in doing this. That soul family and I have incarnated here to rip the veil into shreds and to embody source light and shine through it, so that everyone awakens and sees the truth and the love that has gone into creating us. All of us. We are all beautiful in God's eyes. We are all sacred beings of light. You don't have to carry darkness. You can heal. You can surrender your life, your mission to God, and God will restore you with your true blueprints, with your true self. You have a higher purpose, and it's not to just be a slave, to make money, to live in survival mode and do for others. Though doing for others is part of your mission, you can do others by truly growing and ascending. That is how you can best serve your loved ones and humanity. By healing, by being light. It's not always an easy path. You have darkness. There are battles. But when you serve the Most High and your heart is pure and your intentions are in alignment and you are a healthy vessel, then you are aligned in serving God's highest plan. It's really time for us to surrender ego and understand that not everyone does have the answers. Not everyone... We're all learning this as we go through it. The devil did not want us to have healing or to understand it. And we're coming from a very dark world where, the mental health care industry is very, very parasitic. And the drug companies and all of that that's tied into it is very, very scary evil. So, we have to learn this healing within. We're old souls, so we are naturally healers, and we know that, and we're not alone. We are angels, we are warriors of God, light beings, and we are royalty. I feel like I'm never understood and never seen, and that sucks, because they see my light and they only see the unhealed parts of themselves that reflect back off of it. And no one really sees me. No one really sees my devotion to humanity, to God. Because no one can really understand a love that's so deep. That society has been brainwashed to stereotyping us and belittling us, silencing and suppressing the divine feminine. It's like the whole world was plotted evil revenge against us, evil abuse to us for being God's chosen. I think that attack in the park yesterday may have had an impact on me, even though I know I am in God's protection. Things aren't just random, and I've had many attacks from the devil, and I'm still standing, I'm still here. When the devil uses a child to attack, it's sad, and it hurts, but I feel so grateful to my angels and my Creator for their presence in that situation. And every time that I've been through a situation where I was attacked, that even in the face of adversity, I know that I am supported. When I was gang attacked in that parking garage a couple years ago when I was homeless, I smiled throughout that, knowing that they had messed with the wrong person, and that I was so high on Holy Spirit that they could never break me, even though they tried. We've been heavily parasited on and attacked for being the light, for being source. When I had my awakening, I knew that I could no longer try to bury my gifts and hide my magic, that I had to do the opposite. I had to go into it. I had to really understand my powers of alchemy and my connection. God awakened me, and I saw the divine master plan, and instead of hiding, I made it a point to be high vibrational and in the armor of God, to be vibrating in a frequency of love, and there's nothing the Matrix can do to stop me. And I am a infinitely expanding and blossoming lotus flower. And no matter what happens, I am radiating love and expanding, radiating energy and frequency and healing into the world. And that the more the devil tried to attack me, the more I would go into my healing and remember who I really am as a soul, how powerful I am, and how weak the devil was to try to use all these tactics and traumas and things along the way to trap me. I know the powers of protection on my life are supernatural, because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for God. By so many miracles, I love my Creator